provide you, the public, with additional updates on the current state of affairs of the National Commission on Higher Education. So that we are happy to have you and your entourage. When that Wonkeryor mounts the podium, he will make proper introduction of each and every member of his delegation. We will make few remarks before we invite the Honorable Director General of the National Commission on Higher Education to the podium. You are following now, and the President, His Excellency Joseph Wonkeryor, is leading a team of officials of his government to sign the book of condolence for the late President Samuel Kanyado. So protocols for the event, as announced by the government, is as follows. The Liberian government announced the protocol for the funeral and reburial of former President Samuel Doe and his wife, Nancy B. Doe. According to the announcement, the signing of the Book of Condolence opens today, June 24th, at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion on Ashton Street. As I've indicated, President Wonkeryor is leading a team and array of government officials to participate in the signing ceremony. On June 25th, the remains of the late President will be moved from the pavilion for a lie-in state ceremony before being transported to their home county, Nigeria. A wakekeeping will take place in the city of Zweju on 26 June and will be followed by funeral services for the former president and the former first lady on June 27 at Zweju City Hall, with interment at those compound in Zweju City. In mark of last respect for the following personalities, the Liberian leader, His Excellency President Wonkeryor, has declared a mourning period from today, beginning today, June 24th to June 27th, during which flags will be flown at marks on all public buildings in the country. So let me just run over the specific date for the event. The Governor of Liberia National Reburial Committee, in honor of late President William R. Togo Jr. and late President Samuel K. Doe, has, in collaboration with the former president's families and relevant institutions, finalized the following major events. 24 June 2025, signing of Book of Condolence for the late President Samuel Kanyado at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion. Of course, it's currently ongoing. On June 25th, 2025, Lion States, late President, at Pavilion at 10 a.m. on June 30th, sounding the vote of condolence for President William Wonkeryor at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion at 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. On June 27, 2025, the funeral ceremony of late President Samuel Kedo in Zwedu, Rangeville County. On July 1st, 2025, funeral service for late President William Wonkeryor at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion at 10 a.m. On July 5th, 2025, National Healing and Reconciliation Program at the Ministerial Complex is expected to start at 10 a.m. Yesterday, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Information, announced that the Central Bank of Liberia, in collaboration with the National Identification Registry, has issued a directive requesting all commercial banks in the country to relax the enforcement on the usage of the National Identification Card as a prerequisite for all banking transactions. The National Identification Registry informs all public service providers to take note and act in compliance with this directive. At the same time, the issuance of national identification cards is hereby suspended with immediate effect for administrative reasons. The public will be informed of the due date for the resumption of mass enrollment. A statement was issued under the signature of IT Minister Johnny Takwa, and we thought to re-echo it because it's a wider platform. So the enforcement on the usage of the national identification card as the official credential for doing business in the bank and anywhere has been suspended by the government. Any further steps as it relates to the resumption of the enforcement on the President's executive order will be announced to the public. The President is back in the country, and there are a lot of good things that happen for Liberia at the just ended 67th Summit of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. According to a joint communique issued by ECOWAS, at the end of the 67th section of the Authority of ECOWAS Head of States, the Republic of Liberia will now host a very important ECOWAS institution, the ECOWAS Youth and Sports Development Center, which is called the ECOWAS YSDC. The ECOWAS YSDC was previously located in Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou. This relocation to Liberia is due to the withdrawal of Burkina Faso from the regional body ECOWAS. The ECOWAS Youth and Sports Development Center, established in 2005, is a specialized agency of the Economic Community of West African States, clothed with responsibility for youth and sports in the West African sub-region. This is a permanent institutional framework within the ECOWAS to initiate, develop, coordinate, monitor, and implement programs concerning youth and sports development within the community. Programs that are capacity building in order to fully harness the potential of youth in the region. ECOWAS congratulates Liberia on winning its seat at the UN Security Council for the period 2026 to 2027. ECOWAS has also commended Liberia for the resolution of the legislative impasse in the House of Representatives. Additionally, His Excellency President Joseph Mbaka Sr. informed ECOWAS heads of states that consistent with the well thought out theme of the ECOWAS summit, Liberia strongly supports the African Continental Free Trade Area as a transformative platform for economic integration. The President pointed out that Liberia's budgetary priorities are increasingly focused on sustainable agriculture and rural transformation, aligned with the African Continental Free Trade Area goals. Liberia is investing in rural networks and port infrastructure to support the seamless movement of goods and services across borders. The President informed the body that these actions reflect Liberia's determination to play an active role in the regional and continental value chain. Liberia has also identified several priority sectors for strategic investment. Agriculture, where we seek to scale productivity, increase food security, and promote agribusinesses. Ports and logistics, where efforts are underway to modernize the free port of Monrovia and other key gateways to improve competitiveness and trade efficiency. Energy, where we are expanding access to affordable and reliable electricity to support economic diversification and industrial development. Digital economy, where we are investing in infrastructure and human capital to enable innovation and position Liberia as a destination for technology-driven enterprise. The President also informed the body that Liberia is working in close coordination with ECOWAS and the Monrovia Union to harmonize policy, reduce trade barriers, and enhance competitiveness. At the same time, the Liberian leader also extended warm congratulations to His Excellency Julius Malabio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, on his election as chair of the Authority of Heads of States and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The election of President Bio took place during the 67th ordinary session of ECOWAS Authority held in Abuja, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In his congratulatory message, President Waka hailed the selection of President Bio as a testament to his steadfast leadership, dedication to democratic governance, and commitment to the collective progress of the West African sub-region. The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Public Works and the Swedish government, have officially launched the construction of 195 kilometers of village access roads in Bond County, Lofa County, and Nima County. The ceremony was held at the Continental University in Bond County, assembling an array of high-ranking officials of government and donor partners, including the Superintendent of Bond County, Superintendent of Lofa and Nima, Senator Prince Moy of Bond County, as well as representatives from the Swedish International Development Agency and the Swedish Embassy accredited in Monrovia. The project is being financed through the Liberia Swedish Assets-Driven Rural Development Project, which was involved out of a $5 million grant from the Swedish government. The project is expected to run for 24 months, from July 2024 to June 2026. The breakdown of the 195 kilometers of village access road in Don, Lofa, and Nima counties are as follows: 60 kilometers of village access road for Don in Zota, Panta, Swakoko, Yakole, Chokole, and Sarara districts. 45 kilometers Olofa, Nzozo, Vonjama, Kolabon, and Foya. 90 kilometers for Nima, Invika, Do, Sani Kulima, Berege, Zobao, and Ball districts. The Rural Renewable Energy Agency is also reporting that the planting of high-quality solar lights, street lights, in several cities across rural Liberia. This is good news for our country that access to energy, electricity, is becoming a reality for our people. Just lastly, before I take my seat, we have heard criticism from two individuals against the government, one from the former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Mr. Justice Janet. We heard how he vent out his anger, outburst against the government, that he's frustrated and that he regrets ever supporting the election of President Joseph Boakai. We also listened to the former peace ambassador and Nobel laureate. We listened to a very imbalanced, unrealistic comparison of this government to that of the real government vis-a-vis the Senate administration. As government, we continue to encourage citizens to make use of the free press, the fundamental right to express yourself. But we have to be mindful of how we say things. And the reason why I want to be mindful because the sole intention of the government is to move the country forward. And not to be drawing the attention of officials of government or government's entities into fruitless arguments. We have to say this because we think the reputation of the government, the credential of the government is being questioned. And I thought to say to the former Associate Justice that he's wrong. He's wrong. I do not believe that voting for President Boakai was ever a mistake. And there are thousands, if not millions of Liberians who will agree with me that the reality on the ground showed that voting for President Boakai was never a mistake. Apparently, the former Associate Justice had a more ulterior motive that not been realized, and so he frustrated. But in earnestness, Liberians who voted for President Boakai would hope that he will transform the governance and the democratic trajectory of the country. They are seeing a reality. They are seeing a reality. And that can be seen through the government ability to deliver on the definition of democracy. So maybe the former Associate Justice is disappointed on a personal note, which is his right. He reserves the right to be disappointed. But Liberia as a country is not regretting. Because let us not forget where we were a few months or a year or two ago. What is he disappointed about? That the people who illegally removed him from the Supreme Court bench are being prosecuted, and that he represented them, and that he's not seeing any way that he can win the case in court. Is that his disappointment? We will vote for people who will vote for them with the goal that they will transform the overall condition of the country. and not to personalize the kind of decision. I mean, we respect his opinion, but I really do believe that with the kind of contradiction that has become, a normal path for the former associate justice, it is not good. The very people who persecuted you yesterday are the ones who are now defending the court. Oh yeah, you are lawyer, now people question lawyer-client relationship. But don't forget, lawyer, or the profession called lawyering is one that is guided by integrity. If those who persecuted yesterday become your friend today, that's fine. But how does it affect the overall good of the country, for which we say you are disappointed for bringing this man to power? We don't want to sound disparaging. We respect his opinion, but he has to understand that the country has to move past this narrow interest, this narrow talk about personal interest. President Bwaga is here to serve the general interest of the people. And I show people who are listening to me agree with me that so far, so good, the records are positive. The outcome from the undertaking of the government, very positive so far. It's going to get better. It's going to get better by the day. So, boss man, there's no need to be disappointed, because the generation of politicians who have long harbored this thought that the country will not move past the narrow interests, they will be disappointed, because there's a new sheriff in town. No more business as usual. Don't forget, no more business as usual. To the former peace ambassador, Lama Wonkeryor, the first thing I want to say is that, and I've said this repeatedly, there can be no dichotomy between this government and the past government. So that comparison is unrealistic. It's unrealistic. And what is even frustrating about this kind of unrealistic comparison is the fact that these people who are now outspoken critics, they had the opportunity. One of the problems that we face in this country that has haunted our national well-being is reconciliation. President Sadi appointed you as peace ambassador. What do you do as peace ambassador for the country? What roadmap for reconciliation did you lay? You didn't do anything. You resigned from receiving best known to yourself. And you have become one of the outspoken critics of the very former president who you now consider to be a diamond. People who follow you will know that every international platform you go on, you criticize President Sadi. In fact, you say President Sadi didn't do well to empower women. You are an outspoken critic of the Sadi administration. But when you come back to Liberia, you say, oh, the failure of the Bwaga and the administration made the Sadi administration appear like a diamond. You will not draw us into unnecessary criticism to draw in the former president. No. Respect the legacy of former President Sadi. We'll keep it at that. And we'll deal with the unrealistic statements and comparison that you make. The peace ambassador. What do you do to enhance national healing and reconciliation in this country? You did nothing. On the eve of the 2023 election, you wrote a very disgusting article about President Bwaga. You think we have forgotten? I know that. Some of you wanted President Bwaga to stay here. Regardless of the disastrous leadership that his administration was bringing to this country, you all wanted him to stay here. You all talk to your social media pages. You Lama Wonkeryor. You said he was sick, he was too old, he must step aside. Today, time and circumstances are proving you wrong. He worked for over 18 hours in a day. He's not sleeping. He's burning the midnight oil to make sure that things are done for the country. Yeah, you're not satisfied. Not satisfied. They give you the platform to interview you, you say. So you have to go beyond just throwing out blanket criticism and be specific. The people who you consider yesterday as no position, in position, in this position, they are not here any longer. You have a government that has prioritized national reconciliation. You have a government that is now exercising zero tolerance stand in fighting corruption. You know these things. But yet, you want to be political about everything. Sometimes you have to be above the fray when you have acquired certain stature in society. You shouldn't be the one throwing political talks. You shouldn't be the one doing that. When Lama Wonkeryor speak, it should be something substantial, of substantive benefit to the country. You can compare a regime that has taken this country from the dungeon of international isolation to the hardest part of positivity. Yesterday we're being sanctioned. Yesterday we're being isolated. Today Liberia sits on the Security Council of the UN General Assembly. Yesterday you were here, civil servants cannot be paid for 3-4 months. Today, the government has created an enabling environment to attract new investment while improving on domestic resource mobilization. You were here when people could not go to their homes in the southeast by road. They would either fly to Ivory Coast and pass through Maryland and come back. Today, we are in the heart of the rainy season. All of the roads are accessible. You will not say it to the public because you're political. You will not say how the government has improved on the delivery of basic social services. You're not going to say about it. You're not saying how the president has led by example by suspending officials who refuse to declare the asset and directed a salary to support the one child, one chair policy in public schools. You will not say that. They are all doomsday prophet for the country. The government is focused on accomplishing every pillar of the arrest agenda for inclusive development. The country has to move beyond these petty and unrealistic criticism. Like I said, all of us in the country, once we are given the opportunity to serve the country, we must see it as a golden opportunity because our country is challenged. Our country is challenged. This is why even the job the president gave us here at the Ministry of Information, we are committed to doing that job. We're not committed, we're not coming here every Tuesday and Thursday to see us here to provide real-time information to the public. We're not here forever. But the way we serve here today will speak for us tomorrow. And some of you who want to criticize, you want to be a critic, come out. Because we're dealing with the people who are political, we can deal with them. But when you say you civil society, you won't advocate and this and that, then you'll be political. You can't be voting sheep at the same time. You're a Liberian citizen. Nothing stops you from exercising your political rights. The government will protect your free speech. The government will protect you. As a matter of fact, you see the president taking steps every day. And by the way, we'd like to commend the president for suspending the acting chairperson of the LTA. Every time people talk about corruption, they say, oh, the chairperson of the LTA. Not many persons know that what the suspended acting chairperson is convicted of doing was convicted at the time he was not working with the LTA. Has a private company, and according to the audit report, this private company dealt with the LTA, and there's lack of accountability, questionable transaction. Because the president does not want his government's repetition on fighting corruption to be tainted. So go clear your name. Go and clear your name. In time past, other people put a neck on the line, right? He said, I put my neck on the line. But the president will not put his neck on the line for any corrupt official. Any official who is alleged to have, got involved in corruption, the president will not put his neck on the line for you. The only way we can defeat corruption is by building a positive perception. Because the thing about corruption is that the perception is key. People should not believe that government is just about coming in and enriching yourself. And this is why we expect opinion leaders in society to even condemn the government. The government is not simply supine doing things to, nurture the culture of impunity. You see people now who are accused of committing acts of corruption, they go into court, go to the LSCC. The LSCC is basic. Just the other day she was here. I said the executive chairperson of the LSCC, she was here, informing you that they have concluded investigation on 4 cases. And they are now going to go for indictment. LSCC in Tampa was a sleeping giant. Because we know what happened to the anti-graft institution under the past government. The government has given them the free hand. Go ahead and do your work. You can even audit the EPS, you audit the NSA, you audit who you want to audit. No auditor will die in this country. Because they're doing a professional piece of job. So sometimes it's good to talk tough, but your talk should be realistic. If your talk is just about focusing on isolated cases and drawing negative conclusion, then we resent any such characterization. Because there can be no dichotomy between this government and a government that was more like ran by dens of thieves. They came here, they had nothing, and in a matter of months, they enriched themselves. Today, the state is going after some of those individuals. And no amount of petty criticism will distract the government from pursuing that course. Let me say thank you for your attention, and now invite the head of the National Commission on Higher Education to give his presentation, and then afterward we'll entertain questions from the press. Thank you very much. Thank you.
afternoon, press. It's an honor to be here. Honorable Acting Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Honorable Deputy and Assistant Ministers and Directors of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, my own National Commission on Higher Education family here, including the Deputy Executive Director for Operations, Professor Dr. Nathaniel Bethiji, the Director for Communications, Mr. Emmanuel White, the Director for Compliance, Mr. Taylor, the Special Executive Assistant to the Executive Director, and also the Inspector General, Mr. Takula, Moses Takula is here, with me, will accompany me here. And of course, my own Dr. Chris Lam, a very young man who sits here. He is the Deputy Executive Director, for Research, Planning and Development, one of the most important areas, of our commission. And then, of course, my own colleagues, the media, members of the folk estate, or the communications media, as usually call that semantically. Greetings to you all. I am extremely delighted, and I want to appreciate Honorable Jerry Linick, Matthew Pierre, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, and the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism family for the opportunity given to me once again to appear on this show, the MICAT press briefing today. I consider this yet another privilege accorded me as Executive Director for the National Commission on Higher Education to bring to light the status of higher education in Liberia. In this context, I want to also use the opportunity to convey my profound gratitude to His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, for giving us a mandate to manage the higher education sector of Liberia. I would like to assure His Excellency, President Boakai, of our unwavering commitment and support in the direction of reforming the higher education system to make it comparable and competitive with our regional and continental compatriots. As you may recall very succinctly, the National Commission on Higher Education commenced a nationwide quality assurance inspection of all universities and colleges across the country. The inspection covered the following areas: institutional governance and management, 2, academic programs and curriculum, 3, faculty and staff qualifications, 4, facilities and infrastructure, 5, student services and support, 6, research and community engagement, and 7, financial management and sustainability. The inspection team comprised of National Commission on Higher Education senior management team and other consultants who were hired for the exercise. The findings have been presented to the Board of Commissioners, who has endorsed the report. Following the exercise, the NCHC found that most of the higher education institutions operating in our country operate under challenged conditions, with several requirements lacking. The exercise uncovered several institutional challenges, including, but not limited to, staff qualification, absence of requisite facilities such as libraries, laboratories, faculty lounges, latrines, among others. The exercise also found some faculty and administrators with dubious qualifications and credentials. There were also cases of non-compliance with regulatory requirements, such as payment of stipulated annual education service fees and willful additional programs without authorization from the National Commission on Higher Education, which is a violation of the NCHE policy. Weeding out bogus and substandard institutions from the higher education system and ensuring compliance to standards by accredited institutions in Liberia, the National Commission on Higher Education Quality Assurance Assessment of Higher Education Institutions findings point to the need for vigorous action to transform the higher education sector in line with the arrest agenda of our government. In view of this, the exercise placed the institutions in 4 distinct categories, including A, accredited or chartered institutions with challenges; B, accredited or licensed institutions with challenges; C, institutions to be suspended; and D, institutions to be shut down completely. Today, we are here to present the findings of the exercise. Report of the NCHE's Quality Assurance Assessment of Higher Education Institutions in Liberia. The executive summary. The National Commission on Higher Education is the statutory entity of the Liberian government charged with the regulation and supervision of tertiary education activities in the country. The NCHE was established in 1989 by an act of national legislature to supervise, monitor, and accredit higher education institutions and programs in line with its established standards. The National Commission on Higher Education currently recognizes 79 chartered, accredited, and licensed colleges and universities spread across 12 counties in Liberia. Chartered are institutions enacted by the legislature. Accredited institutions are institutions that signifies that the institution has attained a threshold level of academic quality. Accreditation is a status sought voluntarily by an institution from the NCHE. It is an option as expressed in the National Policy on Higher Education and or the guidelines and standards for licensing higher education institutions in Liberia. While licensing institutions are institutions given approval to operate. Approval to operate means that the National Commission on Higher Education has determined and certified that an institution meets minimum standards established for integrity, sustainability, stability, and educational quality, including the offering of bona fide instruction by qualified faculty and the appropriate assessment of students' achievement prior to, during, and at the end of its program as expressed in the National Policy on Higher Education and guidelines and standards for licensing higher education institutions in Liberia. The search for quality outputs has overwhelmed the reform process launched by the National Commission on Higher Education as part of building credibility in the higher education system of the Republic of Liberia. In the drive towards reforming the system, the NCHE undertook to accelerate its monitoring process to keep track of the performances of institutions to ensure their compliance with established NCHE standards. Specifically, the quality assurance assessment was therefore designed to examine the operations and programs of institutions as a means of ensuring quality delivery by higher education institutions in fulfillment of the statutory mandates of the Commission. The quality assurance assessment had 2 pertinent objectives. First, the exercise was conducted to reform the higher education sector for competitive and comparative quality educational outputs consistent with the National Development Agenda of Liberia. Second, the exercise sought to ensure that higher education institutions were in compliance with established NCHE standards and guidelines for quality delivery. several teams of competent educators and regulators within and out of the NCHE, including professionals and policymakers from the NCHE Board of Commissioners, participated in the exercise. The methodology used for the exercise included A, interview and discussion with management staff of the institution, B, inspection of physical facilities, C, review and verification of related documents, including staff credentials. These methods provided opportunities for the responsible persons at the universities and colleges to provide information on the operational successes, challenges, and achievements of each institution. The inspection covered the strategic areas of higher education management, as I stated previously, including institutional governance and management, B, academic programs and curricula review, C, staff qualifications, faculty administrative, D, facilities and infrastructure, student services and support, research and community engagement, as well as financial management and sustainability. Following the exercise, which commenced in November 2024, the NCHE found that most of the higher education institutions operate under challenge conditions, with several requirements lacking. The exercise uncovered several institutional challenges, including but not limited, as I previously stated, to staff qualifications, absence of requisite facilities, including libraries, laboratories, faculty lounges, latrines, etc. The exercise also found some faculty and administrators with dubious qualifications and credentials. There were also cases of non-compliance with regulatory requirements, such as payment of stipulated annual higher education service fees and willful addition of programs without authorization from the National Commission of Higher Education, which is a violation of the NCHE policy. The findings of this exercise point to the need, again, for vigorous action to transform the higher educational sector in line with the rest agenda. So we group them into categories of A, B, C, and D. All right. Based on the recommendations by the inspection team and the analysis done by the Department of Quality Assurance and Compliance, the various universities and colleges are placed into 4 categories as follows. Category A, accredited or chartered institutions with challenges. And I repeat, category A, accredited and chartered institutions and unchartered institutions with challenges. They include, but not limited to, one, University of Liberia, which is located in Monrovia, the Capitol Hill camp of Monrovia, Cardinal University, William V. Stallman University, African Methodist Episcopal Zion University in Port River, African Methodist Episcopal University on Conjunction Road, African Bible College University, Stella Maris Polytechnic University, Liberia Baptist Theological Seminary, Limba University, Lofa University, Grand Bassa University, Grand Juliet University College, Markibi University, Bon County Technical College, Lutheran University of Liberia, Liberia Maritime Training Institute, Lacosis College of Education, Liberia International Christian College, Sumo Moi Technical College, Notre Dame University College, Bombing Community College, Kaba Mission Christian University, Baptist College of Missionary Physicians, which is in Banga, Bon County, Adventist University of West Africa, which is in Sheffield, Margidi County, Apex University of Liberia, 72nd Community, Prince William, Monroe County, Liberia Assemblies of God University, Rural Monroe County, South University, FEC Monrovia, Trinity University. The undergraduate program, was accepted by us, and they do have problems, but they accepted the undergraduate programs. It's on the 1st Street, it's in Habel, Margidi County. Salvation Army Polytechnic, 1st Street. PYJ Polytechnic University College in Limba County. J.W. Harris in Banjo, Virginia, Monroe County. The category, institutions, tertiary institutions are accredited or chartered institutions. They are given the mandate by the Commission to operate, and then of course we'll give the time frame to fulfill some of the problems, some of the challenges that they have. Or these charter and accredited institutions that are just enumerated. They are going to continuously operate. There are 32 of them. They will continue to operate within the confines of our republic, but we'll be giving them time frame for them to complete or fulfill some of the challenges or some of the challenges that they have. Category B, licensed or accredited institutions with challenges. They are about 25. They include Bushra College of Science and Technology in New Crew Town, Best Brain University College, Tinkers Village, Bluegrass University College, on Tottenham Boulevard here in Monrovia, Liberia Georgia University College in Johnsonville, Central Liberia College in Bangabong County, Rafiki College of Classical Education in Boys Town, Margini, NetLab College of Science and Technology, Willen Our Tolbert Junior Baptist University in Brewerville, Monterey County, Evangelical Seminary of West Africa, SY in Concord Town, Monrovia, Harvest Intercontinental American University in Harvest Cathedral, Concord Town, and Dubois, Old Road, Monterey County, Forestry Training Institute in Tottenham Barrett, Bonny County, Change Agent Network College, New Breed Community, Feasible Town, Nova County, Emily College of TVET and Professional Studies, Jawaji Community, Brewerville, Monterey County, Marantal University College, 24th Street, Cinco, Monrovia, Fifth University College, Dixville, RI Highway, Marquette County, Free Pentecostal College, Wanjuma, Nova County, Evangel Christian University College, Soul Cleaner Community, Painesville, Cecil University, Woolcamp, Painesville, White College of Professional Studies, GSA Road, Painesville, Monterey County, Grace Life College and Seminary, Gelazon Life Community, Lower Marquette County, Rudolph Kwame University, Wayne-Town, Lower Johnsonville, Hill City University of Science and Technology, Bankerstown, RI Highway, Painesville, United Methodist University, Ashland Street, Monrovia, Samuel County Community College, Greenville, Samuel County, Grand Crew Technical College, Barclayville, Grand Crew County. 25 institutions of higher learning. They are licensed and accredited. They have, challenges, some challenges at the institutions, and we indicated, the very challenges. Lack of faculty, maybe lack of laboratories, lack of democratic learning environment, and other, the challenges that they have, and everything, has been illuminated. All of these problems will be, solved, in a given time. We're going to give them, the commission, is communicating with them now, as, at the end of this press conference, we have a comprehensive report that we made, we'll give copy to each of the university, so that they will be able, to look at, in a chronological order, look at the problems that they have at the institutions, and we're going to give them a duration of from 1 month to 1 year for them to fulfill all of these challenges that they have, to solve them. And after 1 year, if they do not solve these problems, then the commission will have no other alternative but to suspend their license from operation. So that's the decision of the commission. Category C, institutions whose licenses are suspended. And these are institutions that we suspended their institutions. They are about 22. But the previous two categories, A and B, are institutions that are allowed to continue to operate, and I repeat. Category B, which is licensed and accredited institutions with challenges, it has about 25 institutions of higher learning. Category A has about 32 institutions of higher learning, which I have enumerated. And these institutions are allowed to operate. But at the same time, we give them the opportunity and the time frame to solve their challenges. All right, and then we'll go and revisit, their campuses. Now, category C are institutions, whose licenses are suspended with an immediate effect. All right, they did not meet our requirements at all. In fact, we indicated that, we read the preface, of this report, that they lack, what it takes to run an institution. All right. Number one, there are about 22. Number one, so listen to us very carefully. If the institution here is named what their name, and you please listen to us. After this press conference, if you continue to operate, we will have you arrested. We'll ask the Ministry of Justice to have you arrested, and we'll find you. All right? We are not playing. This government is committed to reforming higher education, and the commission has the controlling legal authority to do so. I just want the public to know this. Wesleyan College, Somalia Drive, Painesville, is hereby suspended. Gloria Joy Stanley Institute of Science and Technology is hereby suspended with an immediate effect. Living Bread College of Arts and Sciences, Red light, Princeville is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Prevailing Ward University, Soundtown, ELWA Junction is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Liberia Christian College, 5th Street, Cinco, Monrovia is hereby suspended. Prevailing Ward University, Soundtown, said ELWA Junction is hereby suspended. Kola Foundation University College, RIA Highway, opposite Jamaica Resort, Tinkers Village, is hereby suspended. Aven University College is hereby suspended. Spiritual Life Bible College, Bonmans Bridge, Bushra Island, Montreal County, is hereby suspended with an immediate effect. Messiah University College is hereby suspended with an immediate effect. Marita College of Professional Studies is hereby suspended with an immediate effect. Cypress International University, Johnsonville, Montreal County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Christian University College, Rehab Community RIA Highway, Montreal County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. And I'm underlining that. I'm underlining it 3 times. All right. Christian Leadership Training College in Sacramento, Nearby County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. That's my own home county. So we are not giving breaks to anybody. So you can imagine. All right. Modern University College, Princeton, Montreal County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. John Christian Community College, Broadville, Montreal County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. African International Institute of Science and Technology, Benson Street, Monrovia. Again, I repeat. African International Institute of Science and Technology, ARIST, is hereby suspended with immediate effect. All right. Jake Memorial Baptist College, 11th Street, Cinco, is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Stone College of Technology, Benstown, Marshall Highway, Montgomery County is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Kings and Queens University College, Caldwell, Montreal County is hereby suspended. Barshall University College is hereby suspended with immediate effect. Barshall College is located in Barclay, Mission Road, Princeville. Trinity University, we are only suspending their master's degree program, their graduate degree program. We place Trinity University in the first category to continue to operate, but their master's degree programs, is hereby prohibited from operation with immediate effect because they lack the faculty. We need qualified faculty with terminal degrees, with master's degrees and PhDs to teach. If I for PhD and for masters, we're looking for PhDs. There's a new day in Liberia when it comes to higher education. And my Inspector General's office will be inspecting all of these institutions to determine if they are not operating. And if they're operating, we'll have them arrested and prosecuted. Now, we are coming to category D, the illegal institutions that we are closing with an immediate effect. We have about 31 illegal institutions so far. We still have more to go. I just want to make it clear, to the public, through our news media here, that the process, that the inspection is still ongoing, that the audit is still ongoing. We have completed, for example, we have completed all the undergraduate programs at the University of Liberia, and we will be submitting, the report, to the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Mapenya, hopefully this afternoon or tomorrow, so that she will be able to read it and take action. All right, the graduate schools of the University of Liberia and the Liberia School of Law, we have not yet done their assessment. We need to do Douglas College of Medicine and the law school, but we don't have the expertise for the medical college, so we have to seek, professionals. We'll compensate professionals, medical doctors and lawyers to help us do the assessment. We have the framework, the framing of it, but we don't have the professionals. In fact, my agency needs more qualified people. We need more qualified, need about 5 or 6 PhDs in different disciplinary areas in order to carry out His Excellency's mandate to reform higher education. My staff, right now the staff that we have, are overwhelmed with work, and we need to train more people. They are doing the utmost, but we need more people. Now, so let me name the illegal institutions in the country that we have uncovered, thus far, while we are still doing additional work to uncover more of them. Most of these institutions are located in Montreal County. If we went outside of Montreal County, to the Leeward County, we are very, certain that many schools will be discovered. uncovered. So we're working, towards that. The Inspector General's office and the compliance department will do so. Will allow them to go throughout the country because it is the mandate of His Excellency to ensure that we reform the higher education system in this country so that the present generation of Liberians, can acquire quality education that will help us to lead our country forward industrially so that we can compete with our contemporaries in the sub-region and elsewhere in the globalized community. Now, listen very keenly, Media Express. Number one, Merton Institute of Health and Laboratory Sciences, 72nd Junction, Pittsville, Metropolitan County, nurse, assistant, and above. So we are shutting them down. This particular institution is not worth, to provide education for our people. All right. Christ Liberia School System, Pipeline Road Supermarket, Pittsville, Metropolitan County. They offer certificate and associate degree programs that, are not recognized, that are not recognized by the commission. They don't have what it takes to run a tertiary institution. Liberia Institute of Medical Arts, Jacobstown, Pittsville, Metropolitan County. They also have nursing assistant programs. And His Excellency is concerned about all of these fake institutions that are offering medical, degrees. So we're making sure that we shut them down. It is a mandate of the government, of His Excellency, that will make sure that we place much premium on examining, very crucially, all of these fake institutions that are proffering degrees in the health sciences. So this is what we're doing right now. First College of Professional Studies, they also offer associate's degree and above. It is located in Jacobstown, Pittsville. Great Commission Christian University, Pipeline Road, they offer bachelor's degree that we don't even recognize. Moreover, Open Bible College, Old Road, bachelor's degree. Liberia Standard Teacher Training College, Seaport Bridge Community 10th Street, Cinco, C certificate and above. We are shutting it down immediately. Liberty Theological Seminary, 15th and 16th Streets, they offer bachelor's degree. So it is not an institution that is recognized by us. Sabina School of Travel and Tourism, Gully and Front Streets. Okay. The Royal Institute for Secretarial Science, Ashmore and Nebo Street. African Scholars Resource Institute University, Lama Wonkeryor Chicken Soup Factory, the other bachelor's degree. Lama B School or Lama 5 or B School of Health Assistant, USCC Community Morris Farm, they're offering leadership programs, and we don't recognize them. So these are all killer institutions. So we're shutting down immediately. Okay. Professional Journalism School of Liberia, Morning Star Compound, GSA Road Junction, Pittsville, Liberia. Now these are the so-called pseudo-journalistic schools that we're trying to get rid of. They are practicing yellow journalism that lacks subjectivity. Right? So we don't want that. And they're offering diploma and certificates, so they're not part of our profession. So shut them down. Blessed Hope School of Biblical Studies, Harvard Baptist Church Compound, Mandani Estate, the other bachelor's degree. Divine Airline School and Management Studies, Newport Road Junction, opposite Sydney Bar. They're offering certificate program. Excellent School of Health Sciences. Listen to this. Excellent School of Health Sciences. Bethesda AG Church, compound 72nd compound. Community Pittsville, they're offering degree in nursing. These are people that are really, destroying our health, industry in this country. Ken Institute of Professional Studies, 72nd Community, SKD Boulevard, Pittsville, certificate and diploma. Universal Associated Christian College, 72nd Community, associate degree and above. Restoration College International. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Universal Associated Christian College, 72nd Street, they also offering associate degrees and above. Yeah. And then Gonet Academy, G-O-N-E-T, Gonet Academy, SD Cooper Road, they offer certificate and diploma courses. Restoration College International, New Brewtown, they offer associate degree and above. Restoration College. So if you have any family attending Restoration College in New Brewtown, tell them they should go. It's not a school. Yeah, please, you tell them. The commission is really determined. Elizabeth Medical Institute of Health Sciences, Montbarclay, Chinese Farm, Nimbad, United Motor County, Liberia. They offer associate degrees in nursing and other health sciences. So they are not good school, do not attend that institution. Elizabeth Medical Institute of Health Sciences, if you did that, you are doing it at your own risk. And we will have anyone who attends that school, your degree or diploma will not be recognized by the National Commission of Higher Education, and the nursing board will never recognize you because it is not an institution. This is a killer institution here. Millennium Institute of Health Sciences. Then you have, please, that's very important. That's very important. The president is concerned, His Excellency is concerned about this institution, and he told us very unequivocally that we must make sure that we do our exercise very expeditiously and shut them down. So it is the mandate of this government, and I'm carrying it without any prohibition. All right? Okay, Millennium Institute of Health Sciences, Living Water Building, Old Road, Concord Town. Yeah. Concerned Youth School of Health Sciences, Sadio Mother, GDF, Campbell, Mombakle, Market Junction. They also offering associate degrees. Now look at this one that is offering associate degrees to PhD. Yeah. Liberia Academy of Medical Technology. Yeah, and we'll make sure that we run after them, we go after them. You know, we catch them, we lock them up. All right? We have to do that. The system is really destroyed. We're doing everything. This government is committed to cleaning it up. You know, and I need more resources. I need about 3 vehicles so that my quality assurance division and my monitoring, group under the able leadership of my Inspector General can go out in the field to carry out His Excellency's, instructions. So I need vehicles, and I'm going to really appeal to the national government to come to our aid. I need resources so I can clean the system up. Yeah. All right. Now, concern, this is one giving PhD, Liberia Academy of Medical Technology, maybe associate to PhD. Imagine that. ACIDA, ACIDA Christian College. This is located in Ganda, Nimba County, associate bachelor's degree. I'm going to Nimba, after the press conference. If I see them already, I will have them arrested. They will lock them up. Yeah. This is we have Medical Health Center, Chinese Farm, Mombakle, nurse assistant. Vision Art Institute, Kevin Bafas, Monrovia, they offer a diploma.
Members of the press, the other day, the lady from the Liberia Medical and Dental Council was here. She told you how there are quack doctors in the hospitals. You don't get there overnight. So please pay attention to the lazy reading. Because the people who, the Liberian people looking up to you to publish a list. When you miss a category, then you put their institute in the problem. So that please pay attention.
Yeah. The National Commission of Higher Education Communication Director, Mr. Imayogo, will make copies available to the press so that you can have it published in the newspaper and on our radio medium and television networks. This is very important. Yeah. Visual Art Institute, Kevin Bapaz, Diploma. Crystal Paulus College, Well Heston Campus, Newport Street, Monrovia, offering associate degree. New Dimension Theological Seminary, St. Peter High School, Barnumsville, associate bachelor degree. Humanity French Ahmadiyya Vocational College, 24th Street, Monrovia, certificate of diploma. So we have about 31 institutions that we have, 31 institutions that I just named, in the chronological order, that we have shut them down with immediate effect, and they will be receiving communications, from us in that direction. If they want to operate, they will have to come and apply to the National Commission of Higher Education. Our team will have to very judiciously examine the institutions. First, they must have the curricula. They must have, a comprehensive, strategic, management, framework. They must have resources. They must have the faculty, in order for them to operate. So other than that, we will not allow them. This is the new dimension at the National Commission of Higher Education. And all of these institutions, we are going to revisit them, on a periodic, basis. Additional information that I have for the public, and the media is this. The commission is thinking very seriously. We have the Honorable Board of Commissioners, that actually supervise us. So we are submitting to them very shortly, but I'm just jumping the gun. It is our goal, it is our aim to ban honorary, doctoral, and professorial titles usage in public. It has permeated our society, and even in the Republic of Ghana right now, the National Commission, Tertiary Commission on Education has already banned the usage of honorary doctorate degrees, and professor titleships, in the public when they do not earn it. So we are coming up with a policy. The National Commission on Higher Education will issue the decree with the subsequent consent of the Board of Commissioners. And I'm repeating it. This is what we are thinking, and I want the public to internalize this. The National Commission on Higher Education will issue a decree very shortly with the subsequent, consent or approval of the Board of Commissioners, the National Commission on Higher Education Board of Commissioners, banning individuals from publicly using honorary doctorate or professorship titles, in public in Liberia. Okay, because violators will face public exposure and possible legal action. This directive that we are crafting now, that we are presently crafting at the Commission, is necessary because the Commission is deeply concerned about the proliferation of institutions offering honorary degrees in exchange for money with no academic requirements. It is reasonable to argue that the practice is damaging the integrity of the academic system. The National Commission on Higher Education very strongly condemns the use of such titles as dishonorable and deceptive because it devalues the work of legitimate academic qualifications in Liberia. The NCHC contends that the unrestrained and fraudulent use of honorary titles is eroding the significance of genuine academic credentials such as PhDs and professorships, which are typically earned through extensive research and peer-reviewed accomplishments. The NCHE directive will be aimed at politicians, businessmen and businesswomen, men and women of God, and any other category of persons to desist from officially using the honorary doctorate and professorship titles in their everyday life. The reason is that we have seen, they're very important, they're very serious. It is not easy. It took me nearly 5 or 6 years to earn my PhD in America. I worked very, very hard. All right, I did my BA, MA, and PhD all in America. I received scholarship from the Liberian government in 1974. And I went to the States. I was there for 6 years, and the BA in journalism and a master's in mass communication with broadcasting sequence. And I came back and worked for 3 years, and I went back in 1983. And then I worked and then went back to school in 1987. From 1987 until 1994, before I earned my PhD, when Dr. Hassan Conte, who was the president of the University of Liberia, and I attended the University of Pennsylvania together. And then before I completed my PhD at Temple University in 1995. So I know what it takes, for one to earn a doctorate degree. And my colleague here, my distinguished colleague, Professor Wesley Nagelsky, can attest to that. My colleague, Dr. Nam can attest to that. So we do not want people using honorary degrees here to serve as president of university, to go outside and then to use it in the official titles. When you are director or minister and you did not earn a PhD or a master's degree, then you go put it and say, well, I'm Dr. this and this. We don't want to use it. If, for example, the University of Liberia confers an honorary doctorate on you, or Canada University confers an honorary doctorate on you, it is fine. You can use that honorary doctorate within the confines of the university. For example, if you were to be invited by the University of Liberia or Canada University, they give you the honorary doctorate degree, you use it right there. If you went there for program. But you should not come outside with writing a letter and say, yeah, that I won't have that. We don't want that. By doing that, we are eroding, we are dismantling the significance of doctorate degree holders. Those are us who earn it in a hard way and work very hard to earn it. All right? We did research, we wrote peer review articles and everything like that. So it is the aim of the commission to do so, but we will do so with the approval of the Board of Commissioners, that have oversight authority over us. But this is the policy that is evolving now, and we'll be submitting it to our board during our next board meeting. All right. And to conclude, I want to thank the press for taking a abiding interest in the National Commission on Higher Education activities and conveying it to our listening, and viewing, audiences. And I really appreciate this, and I'm open for questions. Thank you.